Pastor Tom Monaghan, it's a pleasure having you at NAM Convention. Honestly, it's my pleasure also meeting you since it's the first time I meet you, and I've heard a lot about your humbleness and the way you treat people. So let's start with the first question. How are you involved with NAM, and why are you here?
Well, we have 4 Lebanese monks that say Mass in my building. I have a big office building and we have a chapel in it. We got permission from our bishop to say Mass, but not on Sundays. And it couldn't be diocesan priests, so we had to find some priests. And somehow or other, I'm not sure how it happened, we found the Lebanese priests. They've been there for, 35 years maybe. And they say 4 Masses every day. They hear about 2 hours of confession every day, 6 days a week. And we get about 250 people a day come to Mass. Mm-hmm. And they've been very holy priests, and I've learned a lot about St. Charbel and the Maronite order, and I've been. I like the way they are traditional, orthodox, and faithful.
So does this, or did it connect you to the Lebanese people? Since I can see that you have that connection with Lebanon and the Lebanese people, is it because of the faith, or do you have something else to add to it?
There wouldn't be anything else. It's just that.
That's it. So it's well known until now that Lebanon has that faith. So tell me more about. I've known that you had a very also humble life when you were a kid, and then you did build an empire, and then you decided to come back humble, and you devoted yourself for the faith and even projects for humanity. And one of them is the Ave Maria University.
Yes.
That I know that you're still devoting yourself to that project. So why do you think that kind of devotion deserves such a project, and into education, and even Mother Mary herself?
Well, when I was starting to become successful in a rather big way, I wanted what God gave me to be used for the best possible purpose. I felt the best thing I could do for my fellow man is help him get to heaven. And so what's the best way to help people get to heaven? And the answer to me was very simple. It's to help the Catholic Church. And the next question was not so simple. What's the best way to help the Catholic Church? I was very visible because I owned the Detroit Tigers, and Domino's became a national and international company. And so I was getting a lot of, and everybody knew I was Catholic, so I was getting a lot of requests for help, financial help. And I couldn't do everything. So I had to set priorities. And I spent a lot of time thinking about what is the most important thing I can do to serve the church with what God gave me. And it narrowed down to education.
Education.
And the Catholic colleges and universities have given in to the culture. They are no better off spiritually going to most Catholic schools than going to a non-Catholic school. So I wanted to create a school that was to help people get to heaven and create saints, and that's and so it's a different kind of school.
So that's the best way to describe it. And I've seen, I've met like billionaires giving everything and following the words of Jesus that give everything and follow me. So I think it's the same concept as you tried to explain to me. Starting from this point, what do you think the main reason of giving, let's suppose, your fortune to raise the awareness of Catholics and helping others from Christianity like Maronites? So do you think, in your opinion, that helped the church itself in a way or another?
Well, regarding the my interest in the Maronites and Eastern Rite Catholics is that there's no college or university that reaches out to them.
Sure.
And I felt that they are generally better, more spiritual than your most Latin Catholics, in my observation. I think the stronger families, a better work ethic, and so I felt that the kind of student we wanted to attract, so that they do a better job of going out and changing the world.
That's really good. So, do you have like a specific message to send to specifically rich people, like for giving out or giving the society or communities?
Well, I started an organization called Legatus for Catholic CEOs, and it's made up of a lot of rich Catholics, and the message is that that you should use your money first of all to take care of your family and your needs, but not ostentatious luxuries. I did that big time, and it's foolish. And so the idea is to that money is not yours. Use that to help others, particularly help people get to heaven.
Yeah, of
not
course.
just give it to the symphony or other good things, but the most important thing you can do with your wealth is to help people get to heaven and help the Catholic Church.
Exactly. We go without anything from back from here at Earth.
That's right.
By the way, so giving out is our reach as Catholics or Christians, and that's our main focus. And you mentioned something very important in our Lebanese culture is the family tie, or even ties. And nowadays we can see with the foundation of social media, although it's not the problem, but it helps that the ties are getting weaker. Not even Lebanon, all the world.
Really?
So, does that what you focus on as for from your organizations or charities?
Yes, and that's the. I don't give to medical research.
No, I see.
You know, I could probably have given several $100 million to some lab that works on cancer, and maybe some people will live 10 or 15 years longer, but they're still going to die. And if they go to hell, I haven't accomplished anything.
I see.
So it makes no sense to me to
Amazing.
only have so much money, use it for the best possible purpose, and that's to help people get to heaven.
Okay, so now you're on a Noursat network. It's a TV channel, and our mission is spreading love and gathering and all about the Christian word or Jesus' word. And honestly, I met you through Mrs. Vera Malouf, and she told me something about you, that you are humble enough to give your precious time to everybody and focus on the charity thing you're working on. In my opinion, this is something massive. But can you teach me or teach other people, from where do you get this idea or energy to spread this goodness in our world?
All I can do is thank God for that. I don't know.
Nice.
I could have. My background was such that I could have went very bad. My father died when I was 4. I lived in foster homes with different families. I did spend 6 years in an orphanage, and that's where I got my faith. There were Polish sisters that were very religious and very holy.
Exactly.
It's like being brought up in a convent.
But sorry, excuse me, but some people lived your way. They didn't follow the path you're following. So that's why I'm asking you, why do you think, or from where do you get this energy? Is it, of course, it's faith, but what do you think is the main thing we can send a message to the people that are watching us now?
Well, I think the most important thing I can do as a Catholic is to try to always be in the state of sanctifying grace.
Nice.
The difference between being in sanctifying grace and not is like swimming upstream. So to me, and I was taught this, that at an early age, that the worst thing I can do is commit a mortal sin. That's the stupidest thing I can do. And so it's important to know what a mortal sin is and avoid it. And I think also to know the 5 ingredients of a good confession. So if I do commit one. So to me, that's the bottom line.
Okay, so it was.
It's very selfish because
It is.
I don't want to go to hell. I'm very selfish.
Yeah, well, I tried to trick you with a question, but you absolutely rocked it. Do you have like a kind of a message to the Lebanese people? We're in a time that we're suffering a lot, and Lebanon has passed by so many disasters, and we're still passing by disasters. But our faith didn't let our roots get away or rid from the Lebanese or Lebanon. So what's your message to the Lebanese people?
Well, I can't even imagine what it's like to live in Lebanon today. But I would pray that this suffering will make them more spiritual, and otherwise it's all going to waste.
True. Mrs. Tom, you're building a chapel in the middle of university, Ave Maria's University. That is Maronite.
Yes.
And I'm sure that you're Catholic. So why are you going that path? And why are you, why do you want to make a Maronite chapel in the center of your project?
Well, we're trying to attract Maronite students to our university for the reasons I mentioned, and we wanted to create a chapel for them to pray and to have their own services, and so we're trying to raise money that from the Lebanese or the Maronite community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So amazing. So that's I guess your love and attachment to the Lebanese people, and we thank you so much for that. And at the same time, thanks a lot for your humbleness. At the same time, your lovely words that you taught me a lesson today, and I'm sure that the viewers got their lessons from you. So thanks a lot. May God bless you. May Jesus bless you. And thanks for your efforts and time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.